I am 28 and I feel like I've done nothing with my life. If you are 18 to 26, please keep watching this video. This video might save you from the mistake I made. I actually thought I was doing everything right. I went to the university, I graduated, I followed the system. Now I realized that I was clueless. Majority of people in their 20s don't actually know how much time they are wasting. If you don't want to end up like me, please listen up. At 18, I was just like you, striving to gain admission into the university. I tried all my best to get admission into Obafemi Awolowo University to study economics and education. At that point in time, while I was striving to gain admission, all I thought was that once I get into the university and I strive to get good grades, I'll be able to get the job of my dreams. I'll be able to earn as much as I can to provide for everything I need. By the time I graduated, nothing like that happened. At that point, while I was trying to gain admission into university, I was only operating on the beliefs of my parents that they've sold to me. Once you get into the university, don't do any other thing. Just focus on your academics, get the grades you want, and everything will be okay. Until I graduated and everything is not okay. After graduation, things became clearer. There wasn't much job. I applied, I did everything I could, but there was nothing. When I graduated, before going in for the NYSC, I looked for jobs. These jobs that were available were offering low payments. I found jobs of 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, which is not enough in Nigeria to even make a good living. Things became clearer to me at that point, and I realized that there wasn't much job available. The dreams I had of getting a good grades, having everything set up and everything will be okay, was not the way I thought it would. In fact, I graduated one of the top in my class with a 2-1 in economics and education, but then everything was not the way. At that point, I sat down and I realized that degree means nothing if you don't have real world skills that will make you money. Before enrolling for the NYSC, I tried different things. I tried private tutoring, but then the pay was not actually what I wanted. At that point, I started thinking, will I now start collecting 2,000, 3,000 to teach a child in a month? After trying so many things, then I decided to take my YouTube seriously, which I've started in 200 level. But I realized that I should have started years ago. If I had someone to sit me down at 18 and tell me what I'm about to tell you, I'll be in a completely different place right now. The first thing I want you to understand is that your degree will not save you. I'm not saying that you should not go to school and get a degree. All I'm saying that the goal of you getting a degree should not be getting a job. You can use the skills that you've gotten from the course that you studied in school to do other things that can get you money. For example, the writing skill you acquired in school and your communication skill can save you a lot. You can start writing blogs, you can start a YouTube channel, you can use your writing skill to write a book, and you can use that writing skill also to do a lot of things. Now, I studied economics and education, and guess what? I am not teaching in a school where they'll be paying me stipend. I am teaching on YouTube and I'm providing tips to students. I am not in a traditional classroom where they'll be paying me stipends. You should use the skills that from your degree to look for ways in which you can get money instead of getting a job. And also, my degree also provide me with several skills. For example, communication skill, writing skill. My communication skills helping me on my YouTube channel. My writing skills also helping me in writing scripts. And also, if you can use your communication skill and writing skill for other things that you need, it will help you a lot. The basic skills that you got in school, that is getting used to computers, Microsoft Word and all that, can actually help you learn other skills you will need in getting people and getting things done rather than getting a job. That thing that I want you to understand, that the job market doesn't care about your degree, and they only care about what you can actually do, not your degree. Will I get first class, second class, or power, or whatever degree you have, but they care about what you can do. So it is very important to learn the skill. If you are in school and you are learning a particular thing, make sure you know it in depth instead of just chasing grades and thinking that you use that certificate to get a job. Imbibe the skill into you, know the skills, know everything you need to. So if you know the skills and you know what you need to do, in fact, you can have a 2-1 or a 2-2 and can still be fit for anything that you want as long as you know what you are doing and you can deliver. Another thing is that start learning high income skills such as coding, content creation, writing blogs, writing on Twitter, learning video editing, learning graphic design, learning all those things. It will help you a lot. The skills that you've gotten from school, that is getting used to computers, communication skill, and writing skill, can help you learn other high income skill that will help you earn more money. The skills that you are also learning will actually give you an edge in today's economy because there are no jobs around and everybody has a degree. So it's very important for you to create jobs. I can remember when I was in university, I used to tell myself that, okay, once I graduate, I'll learn a skill. Once I graduate, I'll do so many things. I just want to focus on academics now. Once I graduate, I'll do all the things I need to do. But then the reality is once you graduate, you don't have any time anymore because the pressure is so much. Your parents are telling you to get a job, so many things that you need to do. This, you stop getting allowances from your parents and all of that. And because of that, you need to get a job. The best time to get into whatever you want to do is while you are in school. Learn a skill, do whatever you want, and as well face your academics. You can schedule your study, like I've always said in this channel. If you manage your time very well, you'll be able to focus on other things that will move the needle, and you won't need to search for a job while you are done, and you also get the grades you want. I started my YouTube channel when I was in 200 level, and at that point in time, I really wanted to do something. It was during ASU strike. I really wanted to do something, and I felt like let me start with my YouTube channel. Starting my YouTube channel actually stretched me to a lot of things. I learned how to write, I learned how to communicate, I learned how to edit videos, I learned graphic design, I learned a lot of things while starting my YouTube channel. I started in 2022 when I was in 200 level. I have made a lot of mistakes and I've adjusted over time. I kind of regret at times that I didn't start earlier than that because I opened my channel in 2017. I had the intention of starting in 2017, but due to fear of failure of what people will say, or due to the fear of facing the camera, I could not start. And in fact, I didn't really have a roadmap of what to talk about. But fast forward to 2022, that was when I posted my first video, and from then I kept uploading, I kept adjusting. I was not good when I started, but I learned over time. So whatever you want to start, start now, and you will learn over time. Because while you are in school and you start your side hustle or whatever you want to do, you can make mistakes along the way. That mistake, it is normal because what you want to start, there are several steps that you need to take. There are several skills that you need to take that will make you succeed in that particular venture or side also. It is through the mistakes you make, you'll be able to adjust and be able to know what works and double down on it, and you'll be able to learn as you go on. You cannot get everything you need to learn all of a sudden. So that's why I'm saying when you start in school, you make those mistakes while in school, you learn along the way and you adjust. And by the time you hit a roadblock, you learn. And when you hit the jackpots, you double down on the jackpots and you make progress. So by the time you are done, you can leverage on those things that keep going on whatever you were building in school instead of just focusing on academics alone. And by the time you are done, you start thinking about what to do next. I used to think that it is by the time you finish school, you start earning. But due to experiences from people in my school then, because while I was in 200, 300 level, there were students in my school, they were doing well in academics and they were making a lot of money. They were into Forex. A lot of them were into Forex and all that. And they were making money while in school. That was when I had a change in perspective that, okay, I can actually make money while in school and also focus on my academics. It just has to do with balancing. Even though I learned the Forex and I could not go further, I didn't have enough money to invest. I was able to provide services to students while in school. I was teaching students on courses that they found difficult, and also I was also doing projects, final year projects and researches for students, and I was making money while in school. And also I was doing other private tutoring while in school and I was making money. At that point I had different income streams while in school. The earlier you start earning and investing, the better it becomes. Right now I earn with my YouTube channel, and I'm also thinking of diversifying into one-on-one coaching session, and I'm also thinking of going into selling merchandise and all that. If you have several income streams laid down for you, different ways you can make money, not just one way or getting a job, you will be on a better footing. So by the time you start while you are in school and you experiment with different things, you learn on the go, then everything becomes better. The reason why I'm saying you should learn while you're in school is that starting up something is not easy, because at that point you have zero knowledge, you have zero experience. So it is while you start gaining experiences, you start gaining knowledge, you start knowing what works, you start knowing what doesn't work, because you made a lot of mistake. You already know, okay, this is what is not working. So by the time you hit a jackpot, you'll be like, okay, this is what works. Then you double down on it, and you keep experimenting and you keep discovering what works. So while you are in school, you have a room to make a lot of mistakes, but by the time you are done, you already know what works. Then you double down on it and you have a whole lot of experiences. When I started my YouTube channel, I was confused. I was posting different things. I was learning a lot of things. I didn't know how to make a thumbnail. I didn't know how to edit videos. I didn't know how to talk like this on camera. But then I was experimenting. I was seeing what people like. I was adjusting at the point, and then I'm still learning. But I was not how I was when I started the YouTube channel. So it's very important for you to start anything you want to start now and build as you go on. While I was in school, I wasted a lot of time scrolling on social media, meeting with friends and doing all sorts. And I didn't have that time to actually do all those things that I needed to do in my 200 and 300 level. Not only I got to 400 level, I started venturing into other ways of making money, doing tutorials, doing projects for people, and doing private tutoring and all that. And I was still posting on my YouTube. Then at that point, I realized that the little time I had was for me to make videos on my YouTube and study and also do all those things. So I had little time for distractions, and I was able to focus on what I wanted to build. Unlike when I was in 200 level, when I was doing anything anyhow, all I did was study, focusing on grades, and the rest of my time I was using it to scroll on social media and playing with friends. But now, if you're in that situation, the rest of the time you have, or during your holidays, you can use those free times to do other things that will move the needle and start thinking ahead of when you will graduate. So if you start thinking ahead and you start thinking, you know the situation of the economy, you know there are no jobs, and you know nobody is promising you any job by the time you are done. Use the knowledge you've gotten from your degree. Think about what you can do. Start a business and do it, and start building while you are in school. It will help you a lot. If I was to start over from 18, these are the steps I'm going to do. The first thing I need to do is to learn a high income skill. You can intend going into content creation. Most of this last platform pays. Start making content on all these platforms. From there, you start learning what works. You start knowing your niche or what you need to focus on. Then you start building from there. Then you can build a business on the side. Take for example, I learned content creation, and in content creation there are a lot of things that surrounds content creation. We have writing, we have graphic design, we have video editing, we have knowledge about cameras, we have knowledge about YouTube itself, how to grow your YouTube channel and all that. And also, we also have knowledge about the thing that you want to talk about. If you start that from now while you are going in your school, then you are putting yourself on a very good angle by the time you are done with school. Another thing is, aside from content creation, start up a business either online or offline. There's e-commerce, there is drop shipping, there is selling a product. You can have a product that you are selling, that you want to sell, and you put it online and you create content about it on that product, and you start building your audience from there, and you start getting sales. Or you can make use of, majority of people make use of their WhatsApp to do that. And also invest in yourself. This is what I did a lot when I was in 200 and 300 level. Aside from my school books, I was trying to read other self-help books that really helped me, that positioned me into what I am today on my YouTube channel. I read so many books that actually gave me enough knowledge and enough confidence to start to teach you what I am teaching you on this channel. So read more books, watch more videos, surround yourself with like minds and people that you want to be like, and they will always motivate you. Now, when you are doing all this, there are setbacks. There are times that you feel like giving up. There are times that you feel like you are not making any progress. but you are making progress. You just don't know it. Just keep on, just keep going, and keep moving the needle step by step as you go on. Everything will build up, and by the time you start making success, people will think that it is overnight, but it's not. It's all the years of development and contributions that you've been making over time that makes a whole at the end of the day. Another thing is build up a brand and online presence. Now, building up a brand and online presence is very important. A brand is you, what people know you of. When they mention your name, what comes to their mind? So if you build a brand, start posting on TikTok about what you are passionate about what you are learning. From there, you start having audience. You can pitch your products to them on that online space right from while you are 18. If you start doing that from step by step like that, then by the time you are done, you are ready, you're already okay. For example, I started my YouTube channel when I was in 200 level, started posting study tips, and I started telling students how to score high in the academics while I was still in school. I was still learning myself. I was still trying to improve, but I shared what I knew then. And over time, I kept learning, I kept developing, and the quality of content I was giving then is actually different from now because I am giving more quality content and I have a whole lot of experiences. So start early, start building your online presence. By the time you are done, you'll be okay. So if you got so much value from this video, please like the video and also subscribe to the channel. So thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next one.